I am joined by. Oh, no. All right, let's try that again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to TRHS Sports NFL Preview Week 6. I am one of your three hosts, Chris Klein, joined by my friends Tyler and Dylan. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, the Braves are not doing well, so I'm not off to a good start this evening. But hopefully the Noles can pull out an upset victory tonight and end on an up note.
Yeah, Braves are killing me, but at least my Hogs are winning. So.
Yeah, you guys are playing well versus Ole Miss. So what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to go over Week 6. We're going to talk about each of the spreads. We're going to give our picks, and I think we're actually going to keep track of them and just kind of give an update each week on how we're doing and how bad we suck at this. So it's pretty much what we're going to do. I think we'll have a little fun with this. We're going to go ahead and get started, though, with the first game, and I have it right here on us. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Indianapolis Colts. The spread is Indianapolis -8. This is an interesting game, and Cincinnati is starting to play better. That big win. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of tempted to take Cincy +8 here. What do you guys think?
I'm actually thinking about taking. I actually did Bengals +8 as well. Actually, I think it's going to be a close game.
So I hate this line. I just don't see the Colts blowing anyone out. But the Bengals are so bad, it's hard not to take them here. But the Colts defense is good. I'm actually going to go the Colts -8 here. I just don't see the Bengals being able to really score. And I know the Colts are at least going to put up 21, 24 points. So
yeah,
I got Colts -8 here.
Yeah, I do have the Colts winning still, but because they have the best passing D in the NFL, in my opinion. And then the Bengals also have 22 sacks allowed, which is the worst in the NFL.
Yeah, and now Darius Leonard is doubtful still, so that's kind of wary for me. I mean, that's a big piece of their defense, but I still think this Bengals team just isn't any good. Their offensive line can't hold anybody. I don't see them even being close in this game.
There are only chances their offense does something, but after Joe Burrow's last game, it's kind of hard to see him doing anything this week.
He did have one, but it was against Baltimore's defense. I will give him credit. He has not been that bad.
Yeah, he had 4 games with 300 yards in a row?
Yeah, they like to throw the ball.
What do you guys think, though, about Joe Mixon? He's having a pretty good year. But like you guys said, the Indianapolis defense is really good. And I'm not sure, but I'm honestly not sure how much Phillip Rivers has left in the tank. And if they could put up enough points. I know Cincy's defense is not good, but is Indy going to be able to put enough points up to cover the 8-point spread? I mean, that's one of my doubts.
I think Jonathan Taylor can have a good enough game to the point that they
I
can.
think Jonathan Taylor's a must start.
Going to eat.
He's a must start in fantasy, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and make our picks for this one official. We can lock it in. I'll take Cincy +8 here.
I'm going to take Cincy +8 as well.
I'm going Colts.
Colts, nice. I like it.
Off to a good start. Not agreeing.
All right, next one. This one near and dear to my heart. I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. This is the Atlanta Falcons against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is a 3.5-point favorite, playing without Dalvin Cook, which is a big deal. Minnesota's offense has, outside of Dalvin Cook, hasn't been much since Stephon Diggs has been traded. But the Atlanta defense could struggle to stop Helen Keller right now. So I'm not sure how it's going to go. The Atlanta Falcons, they have fired their coach. They fired their GM too. Dan Quinn's out. I think it's Raheem Morris is now the coach. Not that that means anything, but Dan Quinn is gone. Atlanta's awful. They do have some weapons on offense that they can score. I don't think they can stop anybody. This is a tough line. 3.5 can go either way. It could be you can lose this by a late score or win it by a late score. It's a tough line though. I think Minnesota's gonna win the game. I just don't know about the 3.5.
I definitely don't like the 3.5. If it was at 3, I would feel a lot better. I do think the Vikings win this game. I will say like 70% of bettors are on the Vikings, which scares me. Don't usually like that. It makes it seem like it's that easy of a pick. I've also just been incredibly wrong for the past 2 years on the Atlanta Falcons. No matter what I bet, what side I bet, I'm on the wrong side. But I do love the Vikings here. I think the Vikings might have figured it out. They're still not good. Defense is still bad. But the Atlanta Falcons is worse. So I like the Vikings here.
Yeah, and Alexander Madison's not really much of a downgrade from Dalvin Cook. I think he's going to be pretty good this week. They did run it 41 times last week against Seattle. I don't see them running that much against Atlanta just because they don't have Dalvin Cook. But yeah, I still think the Vikings are going to win this one. Probably with a late score in the fourth.
I will push back a little bit on that. Now, admittedly, I'm a homer. Admittedly. I love Dalvin Cook. I'm a Florida State fan and a Minnesota Vikings fan, so obviously I love Dalvin Cook. I think Dalvin has pretty much been that offense this year, and he is perfect for what they're trying to do because he can catch it and run it. I think it's a little bit of a bigger loss than what you're leading on, but I do think Madison will have a big game. But I'm not sure it's because he's great or because he's facing Atlanta.
Facing Atlanta.
Alexander Madison did rush over 100 yards against my Seahawks last week, so that's probably what I'm thinking about still.
Also very bad against the run.
True.
The Seattle defense has been pretty beat up. They are pretty beat up. God, this 3.5 kills me. I would not take it in any other normal circumstances. I would not touch this game because I just don't like that 3.5. Oh, I'm a homer. Screw it. Give me Minnesota minus 3.5.
I'm doing Atlanta +3.
I'm gonna go Vikings minus 3.5. But if I actually bet this game, I'm gonna buy the half point so I can get him at -3. Definitely.
All right, let's go to the next game. Here's a barn burner for you. Everybody can't wait to watch this game.
Oh,
this is the Washington football team. I did not call it the Redskins. The Washington football team against the New York Giants. Giants -3. Hi. Do we really have to talk about this game?
I don't really want to talk about it, but I'm going to say I'm not betting on the Washington football team until they pick a name because it's a dumb name. So
the only thing I'll say about Washington is that Alex Smith is going to be the comeback player of the year. That man should not be playing football.
He should not, but he did not look good.
Oh, no. Kyle Allen's probably going to start unless something happens last minute. They have 21 sacks allowed on the quarterback, 31st in the NFL. I think the Giants are going to win this game.
Someone's got to pull through. This is
someone's got to win.
I mean,
it's not going to end. Well, it could end in a tie. Man, I don't know. Anthony, I think it's Anthony Gibson, the running back for Washington. I like him a lot. Terry McLaurin, that Washington has a few pieces. They don't have a quarterback, which is problematic. I don't think the Giants have a quarterback either, to be honest with you, though. I'm not a big Daniel Jones fan.
He's not good.
Obviously, the Giants are without Saquon Barkley. Not that he was doing anything this year either, because Giants can't block you, or anybody else in this thing. Give me Washington +3. Give me Washington +3, and I don't have a reason why I'm doing that.
I do think Washington is the better team. I'm just going to go with the home dog.
I'm doing Giants -3.
I'm also going to do Giants -3. I think Giants aren't going to go 0-16. I think the Jets might, but the Giants are going to
the
get at
Jets
least
definitely
one.
will.
I think this might be one.
Peek behind the curtain, I will not be picking the Jets ever during this year. That they are so bad. It is ridiculous. Let's get this next one. Let's see here.
But no one's watching this game, right?
No,
I would hope not. I would even watch it if I was
you
a fan
are a
of those
diehard
teams.
fan of one of those teams.
I still would.
I would not be watching that game. There's got to be something else you can be watching. Like, I don't know, Grey's Anatomy or something. There has to be something you can watch. Something that's at least a little bit more interesting because they have some people we care about. Baltimore Ravens versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Baltimore is a 7.5-point favorite. This is at Philadelphia. That doesn't really matter this year because there's nobody at the games. Lamar Jackson sneakily has not looked very good this year. Hasn't been quite Lamar Jackson standards. Philadelphia is lucky to fill the roster. They're so beat up. Seriously. My friend Josh Blake is a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I talked to him because I'm actually taking this game in my pool, a peek behind the curtain. I took Baltimore -7.5. I'm not sure because despite Lamar Jackson not looking like Lamar Jackson, Philadelphia is awful. At least their defense is, and they don't have much on offense because they're so beat up. And Alshon Jeffrey is probably not going to play. Deshaun Jackson is probably not going to play. It's going to be the Miles Sanders, Greg Ward, Travis Fulgham show. And, Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz. And Carson Wentz he doesn't have anybody to throw to. When your number one wide receiver is either Greg Ward or Travis Fulgham, you guys have done something wrong. I don't know.
It doesn't help that Ertz is seeing like 2 or 3 bodies every play because their receiving core is so decimated.
Yeah, it's like I said, their drafting has not been great. Taking Jalen Hurts in the second round is that will hurt your feelings. That is that's an unfortunate pick for them because he's not going to ever play in the NFL, at least as a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
It doesn't make any sense.
Understand that pick.
So I like Baltimore here though. My buddy said I'm going to go with him because he's a Philadelphia Eagles, I will say homer. He told me that Baltimore is going to win this by 20, and so I will go with him and say that I don't know about 20, but I think they'll win this game, and I think they'll cover the 7.5.
Yeah, I think Carson Wentz is going to get murdered in this game. I wrote down this stat, and I don't believe it, but I think it's true. The Ravens had 7 sacks and 15 QB hits last week against the Bengals, and the Eagles just have a worse offensive line than that, with 19 sacks allowed, 5 sacks allowed last game. I think my friend's watching. He's an Eagles fan too, and he would agree with me that Baltimore is probably going to win by 25.
So I continue to bet on the Eagles. I have all season. It has not worked out for me. I believe they are 1-4 against the spread. For whatever reason, I like the Eagles.
I do too.
I don't like this line because Baltimore beats up on bad teams. They're awful against good teams, very good against bad teams. Philadelphia has so many injuries, they are bad. But considering you just told me, Josh thinks Baltimore is going to win by 20, I'm jumping the ship. I'm betting the Eagles again. I'm riding with them. Plus 7.5. I also really love the over. The over is at 46.5. I would be hammering that over.
I would hammer the over. That
game's going to be a shootout.
Baltimore's going to score 34 by themselves. So
at least,
yeah,
their team total, I believe, is also at 27. I also like that.
Lamar's going to have a bounce back game as well. He had 1 interception, 3 if they were all picked, not dropped. He's going to come back for probably 300 yards passing.
I will say that for those of you that play DraftKings or FanDuel, Travis Fulgham is really cheap right now. He's like 4,400. At least the last what I played when I picked my team this afternoon. That's a, I mean, they're going to have to throw to stay anywhere in this game, and that's a cheap play that could really pay off for you. So Travis Fulgham is a good play though today because that's all they have.
And
Yeah, he had
Ravens cornerbacks are questionable. I don't know if they're going to play. I'm assuming they are, but something to check on.
Yeah, Travis Fulgham had 10 receptions, 152 yards, and a touchdown last week. So I'd play him on any FanDuel lineup.
So let's make sure we have our picks for on the record. Give me Baltimore -7.5.
I'm Baltimore -7.5 as well.
I'm going to go Eagles +7.5. Not happy about
Eagles
it.
play. Oh man, you are a glutton for punishment. You are. I like it. I'm here for it. All right, next game. This one's interesting. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year that Carolina would be a near 3-point favorite against Chicago, I would have told you were crazy. Carolina has played really well this year. Matt Rule is coaching the tails off of that football team. And by the way, and he's doing this without Christian McCaffrey, which is even a bigger surprise. But Mike Davis has been.
I'm convinced now it's the system. Christian McCaffrey's not that good.
You might be right. You might be right. Teddy Bridgewater led Mike Davis. Chicago's defense is still pretty good. The offense is a mess in Chicago. There's a shocker. Nick Foles is not any good. Man, this is tough. I'm tempted to take Carolina -2.5 here, though. Tempted, not quite positive yet.
This could go either way. Nick Foles has thrown an interception in one of his games. I think he has to throw 0 in this game to win.
This is going to be a very low-scoring game, I think. I mean, two good defenses going head-to-head. I'm going to go on this one with who I think is the better quarterback. The better quarterback wins this game, and that is Teddy Bridgewater. I think this will be a 3-point game. I like the 2.5, so I'm definitely going to be taking the Carolina Panthers. They've looked good. I think Chicago's a bit of a fraud as far as their record goes. I don't think they're that good. Their defense just keeps them in games, and they get wins every now and then. It happens. They've also had a fairly easy schedule, whereas Carolina has had to go through some pretty good teams to get their record. And I think Carolina can pull this one out.
I think I'm agreeing with you there. It's crazy if you'd have told me that, Teddy Bridgewater is the better quarterback, but he is. And I think Mike Davis is going to have a big game. Give me Carolina -2.5.
I wrote down Bears +2.5, but you guys convinced me. I'll go Panthers -2.5 as well.
Oh, look at us all agreeing. Look at us.
We got a consensus.
I don't know how often that's going to happen. That I don't think that's going to happen very often. I'm going to call that right now.
It doesn't happen very often.
No, I don't think that's going to happen very often.
It's what you gotta love about spreads.
This game. This is interesting. Detroit versus Jacksonville. Detroit is a 3.5-point favorite. This is in Jacksonville. I'm almost positive. Yes, it's in Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville has fans in the stadiums. I think they do. Most Florida teams do, at least some.
I believe they do. I believe.
Yes. Just when you want to trust Detroit, they go ahead and pull a Detroit and just go crazy. Bless you.
Thank you.
I like Gardner Minshew. It might just simply be his facial hair. That might be the only reason why I like him. But they have a pretty good offense. They have a couple good receivers. They've got a good back in Robinson. Gardner Minshew is decent enough. I think I like the hook here. I like the hook. I think Jacksonville will keep this within 3.5. I could see a 27-24 type game. So I'm tempted to take Jacksonville plus the 3.5 here.
I want Detroit to be good so bad. I don't know why. I just like Detroit. I like Matthew Stafford. I always have Kenny Galladay on my fantasy team. I want them to be good. I'm going to continue to ride with them. I don't think Jacksonville's very good. I think Detroit wins by 2 touchdowns here. I'm
Really?
just saying a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. I think they win this game.
I'm actually going to go with Gardner Minshew on this one. I think he's going to be good this week. I'm going to take Jags plus 3.5.
I think I'm with you. I think I'm going to take the Jags plus 3.5 too. Something like 27-24. I think Detroit wins, but I like the hook with 3.5 to keep it within 3.
I'm taking Detroit.
This can go either way.
They can cover that easy.
You really think they're going to cover it easy?
I don't necessarily think it's going to be that easy, but I think Detroit's offense is going to outduel Jacksonville's.
They like you said, Kenny Galladay has been great this year since he's come back from the injury, and so that's big for that offense.
It's big, and I don't see this game being a field goal game. Like this is a touchdown game.
Touchdown either way. Like you could,
Yeah.
Could you see?
I could see it a touchdown either way. I could see Jacksonville winning, but I think Detroit's going to pull it out.
Whoever makes the most mistakes, I think.
Going with Gardner. I'm going to ride with Gardner Minshew.
This is the horse you're hitching your wagon
to. This is, man. Houston has fallen on hard times. Hard times in Houston. The Houston Texans versus the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee minus 6.5. That is a big number when you're going. I mean, Tennessee's been bad. I mean, Houston's been bad. I really want to give Houston a chance. Deshaun Watson with 6.5 points to work with. I really want to take them. Man. You're shaking your head. You're shaking your head.
No, I think the Titans are winning this by a couple scores.
They have fired Bill O'Brien.
Yes,
and that's a good thing because he's awful. You think they win by 2 touchdowns?
I think that like 9 to 14 points. Just two score game.
This is a classic Titans letdown. They're not going 16-0. Let's just get that out of the way.
No.
Everyone is high on them right now. They just saw them on Tuesday night. They beat the Bills. Houston wins this game. Houston is not a better team. Houston is not very good. But Houston wins this game because this is a letdown game for Tennessee. I got Houston plus 6.5. I'll take the points all day.
The Titans were supposed to let us down last week, though, and you saw what happened to Josh Allen.
I was on the opposite side. I thought it was a Bills letdown week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So did
I had Tennessee money line. So I'm jumping ship, and I'm going Houston money line. I'm also taking the points.
6.5 is a big number against Deshaun Watson. I would normally almost always say take the better quarterback. Deshaun Watson's a better quarterback. I don't care what you say. Right? He's not. He's better than Ryan Tannehill every day and twice on Sunday. Man, Derrick Henry completely abused Josh Norman last week. That was embarrassing. That was one of the best stiff arms I've ever seen. To this day, I think beautiful. The best one I ever saw was Greg Jones against Dexter Reed, Clemson 2003, was probably the best one I ever saw. This one's close. Man, that was Derrick. I mean, he hadn't had a typical Derrick Henry type, at least for like that he had the last 8 games of last season. He hasn't quite been that. That was a typical Derrick Henry that you saw last week. That especially that run. I'm going to take Houston plus 6.5 just because that's Deshaun Watson, and I normally will take the guy that's the better quarterback. Like sooner or later, the Houston's going to wake up. I don't because they're not this bad. I refuse to believe they're this bad.
They always start slow too. Like, I do think they're actually that bad, but Sean Watson is so good that he makes them not so bad.
They did play the Chiefs, Ravens, and Steelers back to back to back at the start of the
That'll hurt
season.
their
So,
feelings. That'll hurt.
yeah. The rush defense for the Texans have allowed 160 yards per game, which is the 31st.
That's
I think Derrick Henry's going to run away with this.
Oh, God, dog it. Houston's going to score a touchdown late to put it within 4 or 5. I'm going to take Houston plus 6.5.
I'm taking Tennessee minus 6.5.
Texans plus 6.5 as well.
That's the game I'm watching in the morning.
That will be a fun game to watch.
Yep.
Speaking of a fun game to watch,
Ugh.
this is going to be a fun game to watch. They don't like each other. This is if we want to remember back to a few years ago with the Myles Garrett crap. Like these
last
two
year,
teams,
wasn't it?
Was it last year?
Yeah,
I think so.
It was last year. Okay. These last year is just kind of worn together. Cleveland Browns versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh -4. These teams do not like each other. They're both off to good starts, but practically Pittsburgh is off to 4-0. Cleveland's 4-1. They're both really, really good. Pittsburgh, is better than I thought they were going to be. I wasn't sure Roethlisberger had anything left in the tank, but he's proven me wrong. James Conner, they're healthy. Juju's healthy. I'm not sure if Jarvis Landry is going to play. Odell will play. They don't have Nick Chubb, but they did. Kareem Hunt is for Cleveland, but they got Kareem Hunt. And I'm torn on this one, guys. I really don't know.
I do have Odell, Baker, and Jarvis Landry questionable.
What?
I have Odell Beckham, Baker Mayfield, and Jarvis Landry playing or questionable.
Odell got cleared today.
He got cleared today.
Odell's playing, yeah. And Baker's gonna play. Like, it's never any question. Jarvis, I think, he's legit questionable.
I think this game is probably the toughest one I have this week. I could see either of them winning by multiple scores. I'll probably take Pittsburgh -4 though.
I don't like the line here because Steelers. I think they're good. They're going to make a run in the playoffs because their defense is that good, but they're not a team that's going to blow people out. And I don't like this line. I do still think that Cleveland is frauds. If they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, I will consider the fact that they're not frauds. But I think they are frauds currently. They're the Cleveland Browns. They can't be this good.
They're a fun team to watch, though.
They are fun.
It's false. It's a lie that they've told us. It's not true. I'm taking Pittsburgh -4. I'm not happy about it, but I'm taking Pittsburgh -4. Cleveland has to prove something here. If they win this game, then I will say they are actually good. But until then, I don't think they're good.
Like you said, though, Cleveland is fun to watch. They will throw a touchdown. It might be the other team, but the Baker Mayfield will throw touchdowns.
Something to also add: Ben Roethlisberger has never lost to the Browns and Pittsburgh.
That's interesting. Not that that's not surprising because Cleveland's been awful practically his entire career.
Yeah, it's not an impressive stat. But
you go look at that T State Cleveland. That's a long list of nobodies. That's Johnny Manziel's in there a couple times. All you gotta say about that.
Don't be dissing my boy Johnny now.
I will. I will fight you on that one. This is interesting. It's at Pittsburgh, -4. I'm going to take Pittsburgh -4. I think they win this game by 8 to 10 points.
I agree. Pittsburgh -4.
I can see a 31-20 type, 31-20, 30-21 type thing. So are we all on Pittsburgh on that one then?
We're all on Pittsburgh.
We're all on Pittsburgh. All right. Next game. Sorry, Melissa. This is not going to go well for you.
Nope.
I love you. I do. But Melissa is a huge Denver Broncos fan. She keeps us up in the group chat when the Denver Broncos are playing. That first weekend when Denver was playing at like 10:15 at night, she would just give us practically play-by-play in the group chat. And I was like, it's a Monday night. I have to go to work. You're killing me here. I had to turn off the notifications. Denver is really beat up. They no Melvin Gordon for this game. New England is not beat up, even though Sonny Michel did get put on the COVID list this afternoon. He will not play. They got their running back Harris back. He had like 10 rushes for 70 yards last week. Rex Burkhead, obviously. Cam Newton's back. That's huge for them.
N'Keal Harry. Broncos their starting quarterback.
I do think Drew Lock is back. I do think he is.
I think Philip Lindsay's back as well, but I don't think it's going to help him. It's not going to help him.
No, I think obviously I think New England wins this by 12 to 14 points. This is it's going to be like a 6 to 7 point game, kind of going back and forth for most of it. And I think New England gets a touchdown late, make it a 14-point game.
I think it's not going to be close from the start. I think Cam Newton's going to take it over really fast.
So if Drew Lock plays, that changes my opinion. I don't think Melvin Gordon changes this game that much. He's out with an illness.
Still drunk.
Weird way to say that he was drinking and driving. But the big thing for me is 8.5 points. New England against bad teams. I just feel like I could be wrong on this, but there's just a memory in my head of them not really covering those games. They just don't blow bad teams out for whatever reason. I'm probably going to take Denver in the points, assuming Drew Lock is playing. If Drew Lock is not playing, I'm on the Patriots.
Is Noah Fant playing?
He is not.
Okay, I'll probably take New England then, minus 8.5.
I think I'm going to agree with you. New England minus 8.5 here. So I think we're all on New England again, right?
Well, I have Broncos if Drew Lock plays. If Drew Lock does not play,
you can't hedge your bets. We're not hedging our bets here. What are you doing?
I'm not hedging.
You are.
If Drew Lock plays.
I really think Drew Lock's playing. I really think he's playing.
Okay, well, fine. Whatever. Broncos plus 8.5. I got you.
All right. Here's the game that everybody's been waiting for.
Oh.
The New York
Name
Jets.
a time Miami Dolphins have
it?
ever been minus 9.
All right.
Ever.
All right. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Name 3 New York Jets not named Sam Darnold. Go.
I don't even want to name them.
Jamison
They don't get that
Crowder.
recognition.
Bradley McDougald, because I knew he was a Seahawk last year.
Jeff Smith, because he screwed me over in fantasy.
And who's their kicker?
Chris Herndon.
Joe Flacco. There's 3.
Who seems to be a lock in fantasy every week.
With the backup quarterback. Nice. Forgot Joe Flacco still exists.
He's playing this week.
There you go.
It doesn't matter.
Give me Miami minus 9. This is all day.
Give me Miami minus 20.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but I just don't see Miami winning by double-digit points. I know they did last week, but
against the 49ers, yeah.
I don't see it. I can't. No, I can't bet on the Jets. You're right. Miami minus 9. I can't do it.
Their New York Jets are so bad. They're just so bad.
I don't see Miami winning by double digits, but I don't see the Jets being competitive in any game, and I will be upset with myself. Yeah. If I pick that, I'm going to be upset with myself. I know I will.
It's
Skipping
just,
this one.
yeah, it's gonna be. Let's say New York Jets are in the tanking for Trevor train. That they are looking for Trevor Lawrence to come and save their future.
They need to be
You guys see
taking
that, by
care
the
of
way?
your team.
You guys see that 73-7 today? Clemson beat Georgia Tech.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't
73
want
to
to talk
7.
about it.
Good
If I was
God.
Trevor Lawrence, I'd refuse until Adam Gase leaves.
Yes. All right.
Actually, thought Georgia Tech could cover that game. Boy, was I way off.
That's a solid pick on your part, sir. You could have gotten Georgia Tech plus 50 and you still would have lost by double digits. All right. This one's actually a great game, and I cannot wait to watch this game. Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Chris Godwin's back. Mike Evans should be back. No OJ Howard, obviously. They do have Rob Gronkowski. Ronald Jones is back. Green Bay, obviously, no Devontae Adams. They do have Valdez Scantling. No Lazard. They do have Aaron Jones. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
This line's really hard to predict, but I think Green Bay will still win.
This seems like the easiest pick of all time, which makes it not so easy.
Really? I don't even know what you're going to
Yeah.
say. I want to know why this is the easiest pick of all time, please.
70% of America is on Green Bay. Green Bay is the better team. I've been high on Green Bay all year. I bet them every single game. They're 4-0 against the spread. Aaron Rodgers is on a mission.
He is on a mission. Because
Everyone called them frauds last year at 13-3. They're not frauds. They're legit. They're good. Aaron Rodgers is that good still. Green Bay goes down and wins this game. I don't know that it's going to be as high scoring as everyone thinks it might be because there's supposed to be thunderstorms, I believe, supposed to rain.
It's Tampa. It's going to rain. Just letting you know for somebody that lives in Florida, it's going to rain. It's Tampa.
Okay. And I mean, y'all. The only reason I don't love this pick, I loved it to begin with, but the fact that Tom Brady messed up last week, is throwing a wrench in things because he costed his team the game, and that it makes me kind of go the other way because I'm like, okay, well, Tom Brady has something to prove now, but I'm still on the Packers here. I'm not going to talk myself out of it.
The Bucks have the best rushing defense. They have 58 yards per game, but Vita Vea is out, and he's a big part of that. So I think Aaron Jones will still have a great game. He's going to help Aaron Rodgers with the passing game he has since Devontae Adams has been out. I don't see the Packers losing this game.
Devontae Adams is playing, by the way.
Oh, yeah, Packers are going to win this.
Yep.
Okay. I think the Tampa Bay offensive line is not very good. I can see Tom Brady getting hit. Well, he's not going to get hit because he'll just throw the ball away and, curl up like a girl before he decides that he wants to get hit. But he will get pressured this week. I think Green Bay gets to him 1 or 2 picks. Aaron Rodgers will take advantage of that. I think Green Bay minus 2.5, and I'm pretty confident in that.
I'm going Green Bay minus 2.5 as well.
That's a good game though. Like that's the game in the 4. I think it's the 405 slot. No, it's the 425 slot. The 405 slot is the game that nobody cares about.
Yeah, you have 2 games. You're picking Packers and Bucks 100% of the time.
So if you're watching Red Zone, your Red Zone will be on Bucks and Packers a lot because nobody cares about the Jets. But it's good. I mean, that's going to be a great game. I think that's the game, at least of the afternoon window. And you can't ask for much more than Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady.
Even though Tom's 40.
That's true. It will be a fun game. Like I said, the Jets Miami game will not be interesting. So, well, watch. It'll be interesting because Fitzmagic will do something stupid. He's prone to do that. When does Miami
Do we only
turn
have
to
2 afternoon games?
Yes,
There's only 2.
Oh, wow.
We got 2 Monday nights though, or 2 Monday games.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The schedule's so wonky this year.
Just before we get to the next game, I want to go back to the Miami game. When do you guys think that? Do you think Tua plays a game, starts a game this year?
Not anytime
Well,
soon.
we are in mid-October, so it is about that time that Fitzmagic starts becoming not so Fitzmagic and
The
goes
clock
back to
gets
Fitzpatrick.
slow for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick almost had a perfect passer rating last week. I could see him getting, if he comparing the
I can tell you
defenses.
this: if he does not light up the Jets and they ends up
If
a
they
close
lose
game or they lose that game,
they
then
lose
definitely.
this game, Tua's on the clock.
This game will
I
decide
don't know
it.
that the Flores wants to play Tua this year. I think he wants to hold him because that saves his job no matter what. So, like, they're not going to fire him until they see what Tua has.
Yep.
All right. This one's always fun. The LA Rams versus the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco is plus 3.5 here. Sorry, I meant to add that. San Francisco plus 3.5. Rams are actually 4-1, shockingly. Did not think that was going to happen, being honest with you. Is Mostert? I don't mean Garoppolo is not going to start, is he?
He is going to start,
He is
actually.
going to start. Okay. I knew he was benched last week or got hurt last week.
Raheem Mostert's coming back as well.
Raheem Mostert's coming back. That's big. The Rams have a lot of superstars. You know, they have, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, Jared Goff, and they got Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers now in the backfield there in Los Angeles. This is like I said, sorry I didn't add the San Francisco. San Francisco is 3.5 point underdogs. The LA Rams are 3.5 point favorites.
This is another Rams team is another one that I've been very high on. With Seattle, Packers, and Rams. I think it's those 3 teams in the NFC right now. I think the Rams just had a Super Bowl hangover and had a lot of injuries, stuff to deal with. I think they are legit. I think San Francisco's having some sort of Super Bowl hangover, as well as a lot of injuries on their defensive side. I think this is the easiest bet in the world. 3.5 Rams. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the 49ers to help my Seahawks out, but after last week, I can't vote it. They're not winning this game. I can't bet against them, or I can't bet against the Rams.
I'm doing it. I'm going against you guys. Give me San Francisco plus 3.5. They will bounce back.
I hope you're right.
Win. They might not win, but they will win. They played. That was an awful performance that they put in last week. I don't know what happened there. That was really bad, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the plunge. Give me San Francisco plus 3.5.
It's a divisional game, so it could be closer than Dolphins and Niners.
That will be a fun game. That's the Sunday night game. So that will be a good game to watch for sure.
I just need the Rams to figure it out with the running back situation and just start Cam Akers because he is clearly better than all of them.
Sorry, Cameron, buddy. I love you, but Cam Akers is clearly the better quarterback or better running back. He is a good quarterback too, by the way. But he played quarterback in high school. He's better than a couple quarterbacks.
Fact of the day by Chris.
We're getting spoiled on Monday, though.
I love Cam Akers. All right. This is going to be a fun
I wouldn't
game.
go that far with that second game.
Kansas City
That's
versus
fair.
Buffalo. Kansas City minus 3.5. I'm surprised, honestly. Now Patrick Mahomes hasn't been great either this year. He Buffalo has a good defense. I'm tending to still go with Kansas City minus 3.5 though. I think I know Sammy Watkins though. Sammy Watkins is out. But Edwards-Helaire is still there along with Hardman and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I think it's Kansas City minus 3.5, and I'm kind of surprised it's that low.
Well, this game's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I was against Buffalo last week because I thought they were looking ahead to Kansas City. Kansas City also loses. They're both coming off a loss, so that makes it a little tougher because normally I would have just taken the team that lost. It's hard to bet against the Super Bowl champs. I am going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, though, on this one. No, I'm going Buffalo. I think they keep it within 3. I think Kansas City wins this game by 3 points or less.
I think the Bills are winning this game, and I'm taking Bills plus 3.5.
Wow, you think the Bills will straight up win the game?
Yeah.
I can see them winning this game.
2 4-1 teams. It should be a great Sunday night matchup. Really looking forward to it. All right. Last game. Arizona Cardinals versus the Dallas Cowboys. Between you and me, I don't understand why this is only Arizona minus 2.5. I don't understand this. Dallas can't stop Helen Keller from scoring. I mean, honestly, like they gave up 30 plus to the New York Giants. And I know Dak was out. Dallas' defense has been awful this year, all year. Kyler Murray will run in circles around them. DeAndre Hopkins will have a big game. I think Arizona wins this by 10. I don't buy Andy Dalton as a decent quarterback.
Well, let's just hope it's a cramp.
Oh God, that was so bad.
So
I don't think that's a cramp, as his ankle is turned the wrong way.
As good as Dak has been, I'm a Dak hater. I do think he's a good quarterback, and I think he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't know that going to Andy Dalton's that big of a downgrade, especially when it doesn't matter. Dallas's defense is so bad. I'm not going to bet on Dallas at any point, especially when Arizona's not good, but their offense is all right. I mean, they have 2 prolific players on that team. And if Kenyon Drake could ever figure it out, that'd be fantastic for my fantasy team. So I'm going to go Arizona minus 2.5.
I'm doing something dumb.
Is it because you're a Seahawks fan and you need Arizona to lose?
No, I still think we can beat Arizona, but Andy Dalton isn't that bad of a quarterback. He's just not that good either.
I agree.
But this is going to be Zeke's team from now on, and Zeke is probably one of the best running backs in the NFL.
I agree with that.
I'm taking Dallas plus 2.5.
I'm going to disagree with you here. I think Arizona wins this by double digits. This could be like a 41-30 type game because honestly, Arizona might score 40.
I've been betting on Dallas all year. It has not panned out for me. So now that I'm talking shit, it might be the right move for you to jump on. But I'm going with Arizona here.
I have Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins on my team, so hey, it's a win-win.
That's helpful.
Yeah,
that's always helpful. So yeah, I got Arizona minus 2.5. I think we're 2-1 here. So you got all the picks official here. Are you keeping track of picks for us?
Yep.
All right. So next week we'll have week 7 preview. We'll go over how we did and how bad we did on our picks for week 7 next week. This will be every week thing. At least 2 of us will be on each week. right at this time, 6 o'clock each Saturday night. I did this because that way I can get my Knowles on in the evening or at 12 because we're not going to be a 3:30 game ever because we stink, but that's okay.
What are y'all locks?
Ooh. Hold on. I forgot about the lock thing. Give me a second here. Miami -9 is my lock.
Really?
Miami -9.
Okay.
I don't think I'm not even sure the Jets will score 9 points.
Probably right.
Green Bay -2.5 is my lock. Just so we're not doing the same one.
I was gonna go Green Bay, but since you picked them, I will go opposite. I will go Texans +6.5 is my lock.
Going to Sean, I like it. Going to Sean Watson's clearly a better quarterback, and when you give the better quarterback 6.5 points to work with, I like it. After I said I picked the other team, so that's right. Thanks everybody for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give us any comments or feedback and how we can make it better. Hopefully this was enjoyable for all of you guys. Like I said, we'll be back next week at same bat time, same bat channel. Make sure you guys thank a veteran, thank a first responder, thank a truck driver, thank a hospital worker. They are the reason that we are able to do this each and every week. You guys have a great night, and we will talk to you later.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.